Have you ever had your debit card frozen while buying your own birthday cake? The grocery store cashier scanned the $12 chocolate cake twice, then looked at me with that specific mixture of confusion and secondhand embarrassment that only comes from watching someone's card get rejected for their own celebration. Try it again, she suggested gently, but we both knew it wouldn't work. I only had one account. Marcus had consolidated everything into our joint account 6 months ago for better financial planning, he'd said, taking my paychecks and giving me a weekly allowance like I was his teenage daughter. The $200 weekly budget was supposed to cover groceries, gas, and personal items. But somehow, Marcus's protein supplements, golf lessons, and craft beer collection never came out of our budget. Those were investments in his health and networking. My birthday cake apparently was frivolous spending. I'll come back, I mumbled, leaving the cake on the counter. The elderly man behind me stepped forward. I'll get it for her, he said loudly. Everyone deserves cake on their birthday. The shame burned through me as he made a show of his kindness. I wanted to disappear, but I needed that cake. It was my 28th birthday, and Marcus had forgotten. Again. I sat in my car staring at the cake, afraid to go home where Marcus would demand receipts and explanations. But staying out meant questions about gas mileage and unnecessary trips. So I drove home to our pristine house that felt more like a museum than a home. Marcus was at his computer, updating his investment portfolio. You've been gone 47 minutes, that's a $3.20 gas expense for a grocery run that should take 25 minutes. He didn't look up from his screen. Also, why did you spend $12 at the store? That's not in this week's meal plan. It's my birthday cake, I said quietly. His fingers stopped typing. We discussed unnecessary expenses. Birthday celebrations are marketing schemes designed to increase consumer spending. He pulled up a spreadsheet. The average American spends $78 on birthday celebrations annually. That's 930 stacks over 12 years, which could be $1,247 if invested properly. It's $12, Marcus. It's the principle, Sarah. Financial discipline requires consistency. He turned back to his computer. Return it tomorrow. I'll add the refund to next week's budget. I didn't return the cake. Instead, I ate it alone in our garage at midnight, crying over chocolate frosting while Marcus slept. The next morning, I called my college roommate Emma in Seattle. We hadn't talked in 8 months. Not since Marcus decided she was a negative financial influence because she'd suggested I should have access to my own paycheck. Sarah, she answered immediately. Are you okay? No, I said, and everything poured out. The financial control, the allowances, the frozen card, the birthday cake shame, the spreadsheets tracking my every purchase. Pack a bag right now, she said. I'm buying you a plane ticket. Don't tell him. Don't leave a note. Just come. I can't afford. I'm handling it. Check your email. A Southwest confirmation appeared in my inbox. Flight leaving in 4 hours. More freedom than I'd had in months. I left while Marcus was at his Tuesday morning CrossFit session, his phone tracking his workout metrics instead of my location for once. Took only what fit in my old college backpack. By the time Marcus returned from optimizing his body fat percentage, I was at 30,000 feet, eating airline pretzels and crying with relief. The texts I saw later, forwarded by my lawyer, were exactly what you'd expect. First, confusion about my location being unavailable, then anger about the theft of my own belongings, then threats about reporting me for abandonment of marital duties, then bargaining about restructuring our financial arrangement. Finally, rage about the divorce papers served at his office, disrupting his quarterly performance review. I kept my maiden name when I changed it back. Sarah Chen, not Sarah Williams. I live in a studio apartment in Capitol Hill now. Money is tight, genuinely tight. Not Marcus's manufactured scarcity designed for control, but real budgeting with my own money from my own job. All $1,147 of it after rent. Last week, I was at the same grocery chain, different location, buying ingredients for my 29th birthday cake. Homemade this time, because I wanted to learn. My card was declined. Different card, different reason. I'd forgotten about my Netflix subscription auto-renewal. As I scrambled for my backup card, the cashier quietly said, birthday cake. I nodded, embarrassed. She smiled and typed something into her register. Manager's discount. Happy birthday. Sometimes the kindness of strangers saves you twice.